Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia Summers and this is Wild Summers Academy. I have two homeschoolers who are in 1st and 3rd grade, and this is our 4th year of homeschooling. Today's subject is going to be the morning time basket or morning basket. So I hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to start out with what we did in August. Now we haven't been doing very much schooling yet, so you'll see in just a moment what we did in August during morning time. So in August, we only started last week, so we've only had 5 days of morning time so far. We've only had 5 days of school. So let me show you what we read during morning time. We read Sunny Goes to School, and it's about a little rabbit's first day of kindergarten. And it was a fun little read. Then on Tuesday, for our special reading, we read this book about a spider who goes to school. He goes to Jewish school, which is very interesting. This was a fun book that a friend of mine loaned to me. The next book, which is a book that we read every year, is this book, Never Talk to Strangers. Never Ever Talk to Strangers. And this book is about a little boy and his neighbor, and the little boy accidentally kicks the ball across the street, or across the fence, I believe. And he has to ask the neighbor for it back, but he gets scared. So he goes and gets his mom to do it, which is wonderful. It's exactly what you should do. And then on Thursday and Friday, we did the World of Weather. And it's just exactly what it sounds like. They talked about different weather in the book. It's really fun. There were some things in there that the kids didn't know, but it was pretty awesome. So for September, we will be doing Under the Sea as our theme. For August, we didn't really have a theme because we only did 1 week's worth. But for September, we will have a theme, and it will be Under the Sea. So we will be learning about lots and lots of animals, what the oceans are. We'll be learning about some rivers. We might go into pond life. It might touch on the Everglades. A little bit of everything there. So we'll definitely be working with our water table and some things like that. Also in September, our safety topic for August was Don't Talk to Strangers. Well, in September, we're going to be talking about firefighters. So I realized after I did the other video that you'll see in a moment when I get up close and personal with my morning time basket, that I just pulled them out and set them aside, and I didn't include them. So now I'm going to include them here, and you'll see where I pulled them out and set them aside later. But our safety topic is firefighters, or fire awareness. So we will be reading The Magic School Bus. It gets all fired up, and it's a fire safety story. We'll be reading that, and then we will be reading Bubble Guppies and Firefighter Gil. And we actually watched this the other day on Netflix, and it was very, very cute. So they'll be reading that story. And then we'll be reading a real life story about a firefighter, and this is called Who Can Help. So we'll be reading about those. And then I had pulled out our feelings books. And every week we read a feelings book, or we have a feelings day, where the kids can kind of go over their feelings and have a little bit of intervention where they talk about their feelings and things like that. Of course, anytime during the week that they feel sad or anything, they are welcome to come to me. But this is just a time where we take it out separate and kind of let them know, give a little bit of affirmation of how they feel. So I have How Do You Feel? These are the Sophia the First books. And Sophia's Feelings. So we will read those. And then, of course, I have a Good Manners book that I'm adding to it. And I really like this book because it's very clear, like what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Please don't tilt the table. The butter will slide over by itself. You know, it has different accidents that happen and how to solve them, which is really fun. So now I'm going to go ahead and let you hop over to the video that I recorded earlier for you guys to learn about what's in our box for September, our morning basket and our devotion center. So for September, we are doing the ocean theme. Let me get around here. So I have several fishies, dolphins, anemone, and everything up here for the kids, ready to go for tomorrow. And we will be starting, tomorrow will be Tuesday, September 3rd. So they'll be starting their morning time with an ocean theme tomorrow. And I've got several pictures, live pictures of different ocean animals and anemones around the room ready for them to investigate. So let me go ahead and move this down here so you can see what we're doing. This is my morning basket or morning time area. And I have on this side, this is our devotions and our memory work. And then on this side I have my more secular morning basket. And then what these are our history books. So let's go ahead and take those out. I also have my science book there for my first grader. I'm going to very quickly go through this stack and then I will start with what's actually in our morning basket for September with our theme. So to start off with, I have my devotional, which is Abundant Living by E. Stanley Jones. And then I have my Bible sitting here. Move those out of the way. And then I have our book of the, I guess it would be book of the semester. Not sure. It's our book club book. So we're reading The Hobbit. And then the kids have their primary Bible readers from Abeka. And then they have their little notebooks. And in these little notebooks, they will be drawing or writing down what Bible verse they learned. They started these in August. So he did Genesis 3:1-5 and drew an animal. That one was my son's. My daughter picked out these cute little dots. Those are just their planners. And then for devotion time, I use the book for children. And I also have the book for children, Proverbs for kids from the book. What this is, it just has like courage, has something that it says about it in the Bible, and then where the Bible verses are. And then I have my son's application Bible, and we look up the Bible verses either in that or in the book. And then I have my daughter's first grade Enjoying God's Gifts Positive Action Bible curriculum that we are working through. We do that about 2 days a week. And my son has one also, but it seems to be MIA at the moment. And then I have this ABC Scripture Memory. This is great because it has two two of each letter. So on one side it has it colored, on the other side it has black and white. And the little cards are, let's see if I can find the one that's over here. That's actually in our basket right now. Here it is. Let's see if I can get it out. It says, do not worry about anything, but pray and ask God for everything that you need. Everything you need. And when you pray, always give thanks. And it has the verse and the letter. And the letter is to remind them what is at the top, which is very fun. They've started memorizing that. And there's one for every month of, or every week rather, of the year. So this is our September basket. There are a few things in here that are not fishy themed, but most of them are. This right here is our poem book for this month. We'll be going through that. And then we have first 500 words in Spanish. This will take us probably the whole year to go ahead and do. And then my kids plan their own mid-morning snack using this book. Then they have a couple of We Sing song books in here. They have We Sing Bible as well. And my son, for his independent reading, will be reading Dolphins at Daybreak and looking at the Dolphins and Sharks research guide that goes with it. He'll be doing that independently. The next book I have is the Book of Ocean Animals. We will probably start off the month with this book. And this book in particular I just absolutely love because it has beautiful pictures in it. They're just wonderful. The next one we have is Fun and Games Almanac. It has some jokes in it. It's really fun. Next one is Finding Nemo Undersea Explorer. Then again for my oldest, he will be reading Dolphin Tale independently. So he'll be reading that story. And then this one is Fishy Tales. And it's really fun. My daughter can read this pretty much on her own. And it gives a little bit of information about each of the animals. And it has live pictures, which I love live pictures. This one is about sharks, because you have to have sharks in any kind of ocean curriculum, as my son says. And then I have Turtles of the Sea, which is also a beautiful picture book. And what I love about this is not only does it have them in water, it tells you how they come up and lay their eggs, which is wonderful. We really enjoy learning. Here's another one that has clownfish on the front. My kids love clownfish. They are definitely Nemo fans. But this one is kind of like a gateway to math. 5 gray dolphins down below. How many lionfish put on a show. So that's a fun one for math. This one's about the river, and it talks about salmon and how they swim upstream to their birthplace. Here's one about a little boy named Billy and his imagination, and he imagines that he's at sea. Put these aside for a second. This one is Exploring the Sea. And it's another one that's a little more advanced. My son will be looking at this book. We will go through it during class time. It has live pictures, which is awesome. But it has a lot of information. So we may just use that more as a science reader kind of thing than an actual read aloud. Here's another one about dolphins and another child's imagination. And they're imagining that dolphins can fly in that book. Here's one that's called The River's Journey, and it's another live picture book, and it talks about where, I love this because it has the United States and where this photo was taken. I have one about sea lions. Here's one about different kinds of fish, and all of these, most of them have the live pictures. Here's one about conservation, or recycling and that sort of thing, not littering, which that is a big theme for this year. It's really a big theme every year with us, though. I have this 5-minute bedtime story, Finding Nemo. And every day the kids will pick one of these books to look at. A Watery Wonderland. This one's actually about, if you can see the alligator on there, it's actually about the Everglades and kind of swamp, but it got included in here because it's fun. Here's another one about ocean animals. And it's another one, here's a shark with a school of fish, and it's one that we can read aloud in class, or in morning time. That is right, Mr. Walrus. This is a little tale about a walrus. And then that's all of the reading that we have in here. And then we have some games that we will play. We have Go Fish. This is the Bible Go Fish, but it will still be fun. And then I have this Uno pack. And this Uno pack, you really only have 2 of each color. And I only have 2 colors, so it's going to be really easy for them to match them up. They can play concentration or Uno with that. And then I have this Finding Dory Seek and Find, or Look and Find. My kids love Finding Dory, and I think this is just beautifully drawn, beautifully illustrated, and they'll be able to play this game on their own. Every day they are allowed to pick an activity, so the activity may be doing a look and find, doing drawing, watching a documentary. So they get to pick one thing. This is 1, 2, 3 Draw Cartoon Sea Critters. And look how cute they are. They're adorable. And it has lots of different critters. And this one, it talks about how to draw different faces, which is awesome. And then over here I have my Welcome to September packet. That should actually be in there that way. This is my September introduction packet. And it tells you like Citizenship Day, Mayflower Day, Uncle Sam Day, Labor Day is on here, Labor Day, Teddy Bear Day. It has all different kinds of, all different kinds of holidays that are in September. And then on this side, we will fill this out together, and it has just information about September. September has how many days? What are some themed holidays that are in September? Things like that, which is awesome. And then here I have my facial expressions sheet. This is great for kids to show what they are feeling. And every week we do a feelings story day, so I'll add an extra story about feelings. And then on here they can draw a picture of how they're feeling. Let me pop that back in there for just a moment. Then here I have my Bible character profile. Here they're going to put, this is all, it's not laminated, it is just a dry erase sheath, I guess you would call it. But they'll put the name of the Bible character, draw a picture of him, what's his story, his or her story, character traits, what you would ask them, and things like that. And then on the back, they do what God says about. And this is where we use our, the book for children from Proverbs, because we would put courage, or cleanliness, or friendship, or anger, whatever the case may be of whatever we're studying that day. And then we'll write about it. What does God say about it? The next thing in my Welcome to September kit is the sea turtle's life cycle. Since sea turtles are going to be one of our things this month, I thought this would be a great printable. My daughter also has this one in her binder. Then on the back, the kids this week have caught 2 turtles. They were quite large. They were about 5 by 5 inches across and with 5 by 4 inches probably, I would say. And we found out that they were eastern box turtles. So we got online and printed off some information about eastern box turtles. I can write that down there. And then here I have the alphabet book. And this just has interesting pictures of live things or real things and the name for them in alphabetical order. And they're just unusual things that you typically don't associate with the alphabet. So when you see that big picture of the alphabet sound, like for scissors, I'm not sure what they would have on there. And then all of my content for this up here stays in here. All of my numbers and my months. Then also we are reading A Young Child's Garden of Christian Virtues. And it's very similar to the book for children. Proverbs from the book for children, where you would read this page and it talks about just giving thanks, and you would read this and then the verse and then the poem that goes with it and then talk about it. So it's basically everything there. Then also, since this is Sea Creatures month, I have this, and I have octopus, lobster, I think that's a arrowfish, sea star, or starfish, whichever you prefer, a shell. These came, dolphin. Some of these came from Safari, and some of them were just given to my kids. This is squid, marlin, different little sea creatures that they can just handle, which are awesome. They love manipulatives, so it's great to have those. And then also, once a week, my kids are allowed to pick a file folder game or activity that goes along with our theme for us to do during morning time. Now, we do file folder games usually twice a day, but these are specifically for morning time. Usually on Wednesdays we pick the new file folder game that they're going to play extra that week. So this one is called Land, Air, or Water. And just like it says, it's land, air, or water, or land, water, or air, excuse me. And what they will do with this game is there's some cards in here, and they'll just place them on each of those. So like butterfly, they would place butterfly over here on air, and there's 5 of each. So that's one game that they might choose from. Another thing that they could choose from is to do this game. This is a seek and find game that they can do with a dry erase marker. And then here's an easier version of it on the other side. And that's just a printable that I found online that's really fun to play. Another one that we will play a couple of times this month, extra, is this Continents and Ocean. If I open it up, you can see that it is the entire world, and it has, like, this is a whale and she's at the Indian Ocean. So they will put the oceans where they go, and it's a really fun little game for them to play. Takes less than 2 minutes to play. Very super easy, super quick. The next one that they can choose from is this blend game. And it has cards also, and the cards are just a picture. So it may be a picture of a shoe or scissors, and they would have to tell me what sound or what 2 letters that it starts with for each space that they move, and they'll roll a dice with it. So it's another really fun game. And then we have Alex the Alligator Math. And this is just the equal to or less than, or greater than, sorry, greater than or less than or equal. And it's fun because it has like a little crab up here in the corner, and on that corner it has Alex the alligator. And this is the easy side, this is the little bit harder side, and the kids will just pick a side or do the whole page. This is laminated, or not laminated, I have taped it across here just with plain tape so they can use a dry erase marker on there. And that's basically it for September. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. It was great having you guys check out what we're doing in September for morning time. So I hope you enjoyed watching my video about morning basket for September and under the sea themed. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Hit that like button if you want to see more videos like this. So I'll catch you on the next video. Bye!